holds the USBA title in the Cruiserweight division, title not on the line tonight. Introducing Alfred Ice Cole.
By popular demand, it is my brother, the one and only. He's always taking trips, whether it's in Paris, London, Africa. I don't care where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my brother, Al Ice Cole. Hey, champ, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty well. Just trying to relax and enjoy this whole week. The week has came to an end, and gonna just try to enjoy the weekend.
Man, look, every time I turn around, right? First of all, this is your show, but you taking all the trips, man. Like, at Holyfield, you just got on a plane and went off, and now we got to do a rematch with Holyfield. Like, you're always taking trips, man. So, but in a serious note, how you holding out? How's everything going on, man?
I'm doing pretty well. Matter of fact, that you're speaking of that, I'm gonna definitely have to reach out to Holyfield while I'm down here. Like now you said, I'm different place. I'm in Atlanta, so I'm gonna have to reach out to Holyfield and let him know, stop by and visit him for a second.
That'll work, man. I know that he would love that, man. He definitely would love to see you drop in on him. But listen, this is a special moment because I know you down there celebrating. You're celebrating the success of your queen, and this is black, not black, but this is Woman Awareness Month, right? I may get the name, the word. I don't know what they say. Every day or every month is my wife's month. Like she's a woman of every month in a year. But they put aside March for women to recognize women and their strength and their accomplishments. So we're going to hand some roses to some young ladies. They're athletes, but I'm pretty sure there's more to what they do, Al. You know what I'm saying? Have you had the pleasure to train any female boxers, Al?
I have worked with some, and I'm surprised, actually. I've worked with several different females, and they're very good. They're very good, and, they're more focused than some of the guys, I would say, because some of the guys, they just think about power. Ladies, they're more critical of their technique. They want to get it right. And guys just think they just want to come in there and knock you out. But ladies want to know how to do it the right way to knock you out.
Wow. That's amazing, man.
Yeah, guys just want to come in.
You know what, man? Sometimes. Listen. I brought a friend of ours, right? He's a friend. He's a nephew of my friend. He's out in Toronto, Canada. He did something amazing, man, with hockey, right? He did a documentary. I'm going to let him talk about it. He's going to be our special honorary host since Lady D is chilling somewhere. I don't know what she's doing. His name is, I'm going to say Christian C, because I'm bad with names. This is where Lady D comes at. I'll let him put his name in stone here, but he's a sports analyst from The Hockey Writer, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to call him my nephew since his uncle is my brother, and we brothers of a different mother. Put your hands together for sports analyst writer from Canada, Toronto, Canada. I'm calling him Christian C.
Hey, guys. Nice talking to you today.
What's up, Christian? How you doing, man?
How you doing?
I'm excited to be on the show. How are you guys doing?
Hey, man, we hanging in there, man. This pandemic, man. First, I'm going to ask you, is it still snowing in Canada?
No, not for a little while. The snow actually all just melted the other day. Finally, thank goodness.
Oh, it's good. It's good time. It's a good time to come to Canada. No snow. That's good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So tell the people a little bit about yourself.
But there's a lot of people that
Al.
like the snow. So, no, I was just trying to say there's a lot of people that like the snow, but I'm not one of them. So I can't be saying that.
I'm not the biggest snow guy myself. I love to ski, so it's nice for that. But when it's snowing every day and it's like up past your knees and you got to shovel it off your driveway, then it's not fun.
Yeah, because I seen either John or Ray with their backyard, man. I'm like, oh man, good luck. You know, the snow in Canada is crazy. So, Christian, tell our listeners. I know this is not to say outside the element because God knows, I don't know. Al probably played hockey in his life, man. I know he talked about fencing. We guess about that. And I don't know if he's Jamaican, so he probably ran track. And I'm pretty sure he know how to play soccer. About yourself, your experience in sports, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I'm a graduate of Ryerson Sport Media Program, so that's where my background is. I focus mainly on hockey. That's what I've been into ever since I was a kid. Always watching hockey, pretty much every night, and that's continued on for me. I've done some work starting up a site called Good Night Good Hockey with a group of my friends towards the start of university, and we grew that site from a small site that would garner maybe 10 views a week to something that garnered hundreds of thousands of views. And that eventually ended up shutting down because we shifted our focus more towards our schooling. But now I'm back and I'm writing for the Hockey Writers. It's a great site. Viewers should check it out if they're interested in hockey. We pull in about 3 million monthly viewers, and there's a lot of great breakdown. And there's a couple pages for people who are new to the sport on getting into it.
Wow. Tell me about this documentary. This is really interesting to me because I asked about female hockey players in Canada. Can you tell a little bit about what happened in the journey or how the challenges as far as the difference between female and male hockey? And, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, for sure. So there's a bit of a different route for male and hockey players or male and women hockey players getting into the professional avenue for hockey. For male players, I know that in the States, high school and college sports are a huge thing. It's not really like that in Canada, especially for male hockey players. There's pretty much no high school scene at all. And the college scene we have U Sports, which is our university sports, and it's pretty distant from the NCAA. The level of play isn't as high. There are very few players there that have gone on to go play in the NHL. The best is probably Joel Ward, who carved out a nice career for himself, but was no superstar or anything like that. For women's players, they usually go for playing in high school and junior hockey. There's more of a high school scene for them because there's no big major junior leagues, and they'll typically go to the NCAA before going to one of the professional leagues. And we used to have a league in Canada, the Canadian Women's Hockey League, but that went out the window. It's defunct now. Out in 2019, operating costs were getting a bit too high. So now the two main leagues are the National Women's Hockey League and the PWPHA, the Pro Women's Hockey Player Association. And those two are going strong. There's one team in Canada in that league right now. Most of them are US-based, and they hope to expand. So I actually did a documentary, like you were saying, on one of the players in the Canadian Women's Hockey League. Her name was Jessica Platt. And it's a very unique story. The documentary is called Unmasked. She was the first, this is a bit of a unique thing. She was the first transgender women's player to play in the league. So she transitioned from male to female, was on the hormones. So she'd completely completed her transition. And it's not something you really see every day, and not something you really think about on the regular. And she had a very tough journey getting there. She dealt with a lot of depression and all the issues that come with being ostracized for that, for being a transgendered player. And she ended up thriving on the Toronto Furies. She was never a superstar or anything, but she carved out a nice role for herself and had a great time playing. And that's really what it all comes down to, is just enjoying the game, right?
Yeah. Al, have you ever played hockey?
No, I never played hockey, but you know, I did one thing. I've trained a bunch of hockey players, and one of my biggest things when I realized when I was in Russia, helping some of the hockey guys, the thing about it is I look at it really like hockey, more like basketball, really. It's like when they get the puck and they slide it down, they bob and weave. It's like, you know, how the basketball, they circle in and they run and keep doing like a figure eight going down to the other end, to the other goal. They weave it in and out. And the hockey players, they just shoot the puck to the other players. And am I correct on that? You know, how they weaving in and out of the players. And they basically, it's the same thing I see at basketball when people running down for a full court or a fast break. They just pass the puck to the next player down there to score, just like it was basketball. Am I somewhat correct?
Oh, you never played. I'll let Christian answer that because I know now you never play hockey.
No, yeah, that's what I was asking Chris.
Okay, yeah, so you're right about asking the expert.
Yeah, you're dead on with that. You're dead on with that. There's a lot of beautiful passing plays when on an offensive break, and it is a lot like basketball with weaving in and out of players. And it's not always about making the beautiful pass. There's a lot of like gorgeous dekes where a player will either sort of like an ankle breaking move in basketball where you'll see like a fake and the player will fall down or will get caught. There's a lot of that in hockey with the puck faking out a player, getting around them and stuff like that.
Oh, so at least that made me feel good. At least I know something. I look at it as basketball, but it's somewhat the same thing. But I must say I had one more part in the hockey field of what I've trained some people. I wasn't doing good on the ice, but I had to train a few guys. One of my friends is, I don't know if you heard his name, Chris Oliwa. And he was like Christopher Oliwa. And he played for the Devils and Rangers. And the New York Devils? New Jersey Devils. New York Rangers.
Yeah, you got it.
And his job was just to fight at the time. And so I know they changed the hockey around, but when you want to take somebody out, that was his job to go in there for the hockey. But even though he was a decent hockey, you had to be a pretty good hockey player just to go down, you know, just to make the team. But then I think you got to be a little bit exceptional to try to fight on ice.
Oh, for sure.
And plus,
just keeping your balance
right.
there.
That's true, Al. That's true.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep your balance there is crazy.
Right. And so I didn't really teach them the proper form of boxing because you can't really stand like in the ice and, you know, on the skates, on the ice rink, trying to be, you know, give your body angles and throw the good punch. I just had to show him how to throw punches. So whatever he did, he had to land some punches to get people out.
Yeah, and for sure.
I'll bet. Now, do you have to be fast in hockey, Chris? Do you have speed?
You definitely got to have speed. All the best players in the game right now are super speedy players. It's sort of transitioning from – it used to be about big bruisers, slower pace, and more – it's still methodical, but more methodical and more physical contact was allowed. Now it's slowly starting to or quickly starting to transition to a more fast-paced, higher skill, There are still those fighting players around. They're fewer and further between now, but they do come up. The last Flyers game, this is a team I cover for the Hockey Writers, the Philadelphia Flyers, there was a big fight there. And when you get a fight like that and your team wins that fight, it gives the players so much energy. They see their guy going out and shedding blood and taking that pain, and it's just such a huge motivator.
Wow.
Wow.
Speaking of speed,